I hope you guys get healed. I hope you guys get healed. Could God heal us? Maybe, maybe not. Should we count on it? Who knows? Just effort with some type of divine that's purified. Because what if God is just the purity within the consciousness of everything? And it's just so subtle. It's so subtler than subtle that we're kind of like reconstituting ourselves with that energy. And there's a influence that could help us facilitate with that reconstitution of the soul, respectively. In time, we could get healed. What really predicates to our healing, It seems like a gamble, kind of. Seems like a flip of a coin, all of this. Because on a serious note, seriously asking the question, does God control death? And if God controls death, what would ultimately fall through his cracks if he doesn't, Like, what is ultimately on standby, or not standby, what's all, like, on a different star system, mechanism, spaceship, what's ultimately on a different cruise control running its course already, a different type of, like, multi-spatial momentum course within, beyond this solar system, the center of the galaxy, respectively, hyper, tangibly, it being its own moving momentum of a mechanism. And God is both the material intelligence and the spiritual intelligence of that core processor of the center of the galaxy, respectively, and that center of the galaxy connecting to a different super galaxy, most respectively, in different expressions, and how that little knowing of it is a micro seed within us. And within that micro seed, we're either mutating in benefit and harmony with, quote unquote, I guess, the higher powers plan, the mother universe's plan, the divine mother's plan, them being simultaneously and different, like grand constructive polarized agencies, polarities of their own agencies of their own spiritual agencies or spiritual polarities. And those factions, that deep original base divine feminine, base divine masculine, they're helping us overcome death and heal or not. And it's like before the human design, because it could get weird if it's a billion years old. Because like if the foundation of like all this shit is like billions of years old, then why wouldn't it get weird, But like maybe like it doesn't have to be that weird either. It's us. It's our own projections. It's our own indoctrinations. It's our own, sociochemical engineering that is happening within media narratives on a psychological forefront, digital forefront, and, manneristic forefront that doesn't have to be like that. So that, detrimental chemical, substance of not purity, total opposite of purity. And ironically, God is like containing all of that. All the chaos and all the distortion has to be contained within a higher order, or not, But on a serious note, could God control death? And if he doesn't, then how is that falling through his cracks? Because he's letting things run its course. And who knows how much power he has to intervene anything. Because obviously the old question, I mean, this argument is probably like tens of thousands of years old. If God is supposedly like omnipresent, omnipotent, and omnipotent, or whatever they are, then wouldn't he have the power to intervene? But whether he does not intervene, there has to be some deeper reasoning based on just how everything is functioning. Like, because what are the universal mechanics, respectively? Because that's what we're a part of. So that's what we're deciphering and breaking down. And Kalki itself is a metaphor. All of us are Kalki based on the purity consciousness that we get, we are the Christ. It's an allegory. It's you are the everybody's Kalki. You're Kalki. You are the re-risen consciousness of, you know, how we're getting that energy from this deep ass source. You are the Kalki. You know, we're all the Kalki. We're all rising, and it's a recognition of the deep mother Kali. Kali's in the name Kalki. So it's like there has to be some energetic semblance of a recognition of the freaking divine mother, for Christ's sake, because she's like the big 50, right? A bigger 50, like divine feminine, macro divine feminine, macro divine masculines, and them having, I guess, there are 3, 3, 4, 4 different components of them, and everything coming from that respectively, and us reconstituting our soul and relationship with that as our spiritual foundation. And maybe that is the key to how we heal and, you know, grow properly. Because if not for anything, why not it be for that? Why not it be just to grow properly? Like, what's the point of all this like spiritual woo-woo shit if we're not even going to do something practical and energetically mature with the matter, energetically mature and practical with the matter? You know, why? So within that, it's like we are the Kalki. We are the collective Christ consciousness. You know, we are the collective God consciousness. Kalki is a metaphor and it's an allegory. It's not necessarily an individuated concept of a prophecy that's going to say one guy's going to do all this fucking shit and he's the final incarnation of this crazy fucking source, and all this other fucking crazy shit is going to happen because he's going to balance like the billion-year-old spiritual foundation of the universe. There's no prophecy that's necessarily specifying that. I'm just saying, look what all the allegories within all the religions are trying to point to within their purity. You know, the purity of the Gnostics, the purity of the Zoroastrians, the purity of the Yoruba tribes, the purity of like all these fucking, the original Afghan tribes, you know, the deep ones, which are the Zoroastrians respectively, the purity of all the star races, the Amazon women, you know, the Lyrians, you know, Alpha Centaurians, and all of the likes, you know, the Andromedans, you know, balance. But like, there's different contexts of duality. Are they balanced within like are they deep night or light? And aside from the night and light, the other duality would be is it remembered or is it forgotten, or is it like new or is it old or something? And then there's another one too, but I forgot the other one. Or just the duality of just the different dualities, you know. But we are that collective energy is what I'm saying, you know. And like all the traditions, they all have their respective, like, you know, place within, you know, a deeper plan, because we're all preserved for some odd reason somehow, you know. So we're like really underestimating and sleeping on God when God could fucking heal us if he wants to, right? You know, that's only if he wants to. So it's like so we're debunking like the old question, like, is God even real? Maybe like somehow the atheist could be right on one crazy level or not. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just like saying, like that we are that, you know, we are that thou art, you know, that thou art, you know, you are a part of that. Yeah, I got like, I'm not trying to get like, I'm trying to be practical though. That's what I'm like. Some, like, aside from all the different like shades, aspects, and components of me, there's like a part of me that is trying to like stay on track with like a deeper purity, because that's what ultimately God is. It's the purity consciousness of everything that's hiding, ironically, on a spiritual level from everything that is like, you know, dualitized within different shades of detriment and non-detriment, which we all have respective, like, you know, portions and percentages of that, you know. Because like I read the Gita, I read the respectively the better version of the Gita, for me at least. I'm not trying to compare, like a long time ago, and so that I already got that download. So it's not about me like trying to compete either, you know. It's me trying to really ground the truth of what it's actually saying, you know, what it's actually saying. But if for some reason, if there is a prophecy of the likes, then it would be something of like a timeless record that is just explaining the energy of things and how they're arranging themselves on a casual, neutral level. And it's not to be taken like, it's not to invest any type of personal feelings into anything, because that's the subtle context demon, and that's the trap. It's the emotional